Hello and welcome to the 29th tutorial in the C++ programming series, and in this part we're going to be looking at functions. Functions allow code to be grouped together and only run when the function is actually called. The function can be called several times, which is pretty cool, so if you have a block of code you don't actually need to repeat that code several times. I mean, you don't have to actually write it several times. So another benefit of that is if you need to change the code, it just propagates throughout the entire application. So it helps consistency and keeping everything up to date. So let's just show you how to use functions. Okay, the syntax for a function is you declare it. Technically, this is a function right here. This is the entry point of the application. So what you do is you put the return type. For this tutorial, we're going to put void. The next tutorial will actually be looking at a different return type. Then you put your function name. I'm going to call it print function. Literally the only requirement for the function name is that it's not a keyword like int or std colon cout. Then you put curly braces, and in here you put whatever you want to do. We're simply just going to do a cout. I'm going to say function printed this, and line. And to call this function, all you do is use the function name, which is print function, open close brackets. This is what actually differentiates a function between a variable. Then you just put semicolon. Now if you run it, it's got the line function printed. This has been printed out in the console. One thing to note is a function can't be declared after it is called, as in if I put this after the main and run it, it fails because it's trying to call this function and technically it doesn't exist yet. But what you can do is implement a prototype, or declare a prototype I should say. What you do with that is you do like void print function. It has to be the same name obviously, open close bracket, and then you just press semicolon. That is it. So it knows that this function exists and they can just implement it afterwards. This is quite common practice if you're just doing it within one file because it helps you organize your code a lot better. So if we just run this, so it's printed it out even though it wasn't implemented till after the function. We're also in a couple of tutorials going to be looking at parameters, arguments for your functions. If you have, sorry about that notification, if you have arguments within your function, you don't have to specify the name here, but if you do, you have to make sure the name is consistent when you actually implement the function. That is it for this tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to message us at support@sonarsystems.co.uk. The email will be in the description. You can comment on this video or just directly message us via YouTube. All the required links for the source code will also be in the description. In the next tutorial, we're going to be looking at the function return statement. And as usual, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a nice day.